Greetings, grade 7 parents and guardians, and welcome to Elkanah House High School. Usually this greeting and introduction takes place in the junior high quad, and we are hoping that as 2021 progresses, we will move into a situation where we are able to meet in person and to gather in groups and to make eye contact with each other, because it's really important in developing relationships that we're able to see each other. Mrs. Liebig, the grade 7 grade head, will be speaking shortly, and she will introduce the grade 7 team. But I would like to introduce our deputy head, Mrs. Minky Antrobus. Mrs. Antrobus looks after the academic program of the school, and I just think it's important that you are able to put a face to the name and to the person that you might end up speaking to telephonically. So Mrs. Antrobus is our deputy head. I really am pleased that I was able to meet with the vast majority of you parents during the course of last year during our interviews. Usually this welcome is delivered without the grade 7s present. The grade 7s are usually in the theatre, and this is an opportunity for the adults to have a quick conversation. And I'm going to ask you please to respect that, and perhaps to pause and ask the grade 7 child in your presence, if there is one with you, to maybe exit the room for the next couple of minutes. Their growth during the course of the next couple of years is going to be as a result of the partnership between you, the parents, us, the staff, and them, the students. But it is important at the beginning of that journey that the adults are able to align ourselves with each other. The beginning of high school is both exciting and scary for your children as well as for yourselves. This is especially true for you as parents if this is your oldest child entering high school for the first time. For the students, the beginning of high school represents many new opportunities, both socially and academically. But with that comes more demands. And their first challenge is that of becoming organized. The rest will follow. Developmentally, they should be becoming more independent. They need to take responsibility for their academic progress. They need to develop their level of self-motivation. And that is going to be one of the key markers of their journey in their first year of high school. For some, it'll come quite quickly, and for others during the course of the year, they will develop that independence that they need. For you as parents, the difficulty will be in finding the balance between supporting your child and giving him or her the space to develop that independence. All parenting books agree that the two most important things that parents can do for their children are to give them unconditional love and to help them develop independence, to let them become independent from you. Neither of those are instinctively easy for us as adults. I'd like to illustrate a way around this paradox by telling you the way in which the North American Cherokee Indians initiate their young boys into manhood. For a Cherokee Indian youth to be considered a man, he must go through this rite of passage. The young boy needs to spend a night on his own in the wilderness, in the forest. He would have, as he was growing up, been in situations like that with others around him, but for that night he needs to spend the time on his own, facing the dangers on his own in the forest. The boy is understandably terrified that evening. There are wild animals around, he can hear noises, there is wind rushing through the forest, there may be people out there that would do him harm. He needs to survive that night on his own, and he is terrified in that space. Finally, after that horrific night, the sun rises in the forest, and for the first time he can see the trees around him. And it's then that he discovers that he hasn't been alone. Sitting behind one of the trees for the entire evening was his father, keeping him safe, but staying a distance so that he was unaware that he was there. And so the request to you as parents is to give your child that space to develop that independence, to learn from the right decisions, to learn from the wrong decisions that they may make, to take the consequences of good decisions and bad decisions, always watching, but from a distance. The staff will advise you. We have taken many children through this journey, getting the balance between high standards and nurturing. And as I said, this is a team effort. It is a partnership between yourselves and us as staff, as the adults in your child's life, and your child as well. And we will work closely together. Ultimately, it's about change, and we are going to be managing the change that your child is going through as he or she matures. Sometimes in the teenage spirit, there is a feeling that we need to divide and conquer if they want to get their way, and therefore it is very important that we as adults, yourselves and the staff, work very closely together and keep communication open so that we keep going in the right direction together. I also want to encourage you to retain perspective, especially when your child isn't. If he or she gets a poor test result and brings that home, is it the end of the world if they have done poorly in a single test? The answer is no, it isn't. And you need to keep that perspective, especially where your child is responding emotionally to things. We all want the same things for your children, and that is to learn beyond examinations, to love beyond self, and to live authentic lives. And there are going to be times where we may differ on the route to get there, but we all want the best for your children, and we need to work together as a team. A large part of that teamwork goes around communication. And so I encourage you, if from behind the tree you have seen something that concerns you, or you're worried about the progress of your child, make contact with the tutor, have those conversations so that we can make sure that we are all on the right track. On Thursday, the grade 7s will ring the bell in the junior high quad, signifying the beginning of their journey at Elkanah House High School. And at the end of their grade 12 year, they will ring the bell for the final time in the senior high quad as they emerge as independent young men and women ready to face the world. I'm now going to hand over to Melanie Liebig, your grade head, who will introduce the team and take you through some more information.
A warm welcome to all our grade 7 parents and guardians. It's a great joy to greet you at the start of this new chapter in your child's life as they start the leg of their high school career. And many of them have been here at Elkanah for many years, but this is a new experience for them. I'd like to introduce my team to you. I'm Melanie Liebig, the grade head, and we have 3 boy tutors. On our team, it's Mrs. Kim Tepper, we have Mrs. Maralise Pretorius, and Dr. Jakapan Tankyuampin. Our girl tutor groups are led by Mrs. Libby Spicer, Ms. Giselle Diaz, and Mrs. Renata Ash. Mrs. Ash is currently on maternity leave. Will be new to the grade 7s. It's our way of pastoring and looking after their emotional and administrative side of high school. The tutors are responsible for their pastoral care. Any issues that your child may have, you would first take these to the tutor. If they need support, the tutor is their go-to person, and all administration obviously happens through this. So any things that need to be administered, so forms that need to go home, emails. If your child is absent, then the tutor is the first one that you're going to notify. And the best method of contacting the tutor is through email, since we've all got our emails available to us all day. So if your child is absent, a very good idea is to send a note to the tutor early in the morning so that the tutor can then pass that information on to the relevant teachers to alert them of the fact. The grade head provides support to the tutors and to obviously oversees the whole grade, and so any very serious matters will be brought to my attention. If you've got things that you need to discuss with me, please do so. If you want to contact me via telephone, the best idea is to email me with your telephone number or to leave a message with Lynn Winter, who is the junior high secretary, and will get that information to me. Then I can contact you and we can set up an appointment or discuss it over the phone. First part of the year we'll be getting to know your child. So until we've done so, please don't request any moves within the class groupings. We don't know them well enough, and I would say not till the end of the year would we be able to see how the groupings work, and they are going to change. That's a big part of grade 7, is where they start to develop, they start to change, their circles of friends change. So my suggestion is allow them the space. I really want them in this grade 7 year to explore new friendship groups, explore new connections with people. Grade 7s has a buddy who's a matric, who's their mentor. This mentor will help them through various hurdles, transitions, and just help them to deal with the change as they move into high school. We also have the grade guardians, Gemma Gilloway and Dieter Hart, and they are really, really good at drawing out these young lives and helping them to transition and to cope with the new challenges of grade 7. They'll find that the workload in high school is a lot more intense and challenging than it was in primary school, and for that they need to be a lot more focused and up to date. Organization is such a big thing for grade 7. So having a diary might be very, very useful here, and we will be working on this through life orientation and with the tutors. In addition to this, we have support. So we have maths, English and Afrikaans support, which will assist them in grade 7. And in the afternoons after school, we run a tutorial system. It differs between winter and summer because of the extramural timetable, but they need to sign up for that, and then they can go and have their specific questions answered during that tutorial session. It really is a great help when they're busy working through their difficulties. The students also need to speak to their teachers, and if they've got any issues, they need to raise them. In grade 7, we work with semester courses, so they will do half of the subjects in the first half and the second half slightly different. For instance, in the first half of the year they might do history, the second half of the year they'll do geography, the two components of social science. For NS, they will do the physics component one half of the year and the life science in the second half of the year. And the maths, English and Afrikaans will, however, run throughout the year. Another new thing they'll encounter in the high school is the cycle test. This is held every Tuesday, first thing, and this actually takes the weighting of an examination. So whereas in the past they would have June and November exams, where those exams count for a lot, we now have the cycle tests which break down and use a more systematic and regular assessment as a meter and yardstick over there. All the students should have signed up for extramurals already. Matthew Storty is our amazing head of sports, and he will be able to help them if they've got any queries. We've also got Debbie Johnson in our sports department. We've got Elizabeth Retief, who runs our cultural program, and if they've got any queries about any of those extramural activities, they can go and speak to her. Outreach program. Each student is expected to participate in this, and over a period of 3 years, they should do 60 hours, 20 hours per year. Now, each tutor group is given an opportunity to participate. It's a good idea if they do participate together as a group, because it enables them to bond and to build relationship. And this is headed up by Mr. Pete LaRue and Ms. Ilse Pretorius, and they can go and have a look and see what the different projects are. But I would suggest that they make every effort to jump into something that they actually enjoy that is age appropriate. There'll be many new experiences and opportunities for your child over the next couple of years, but they are going to need your love and support. And progressively, as you start to allow them to become independent, to take responsibility, which is a big one in grade 7, you're going to have to let them go and allow them to flex their muscles of independence within a safe environment. The tutors are really excited to meet all of you later on in the week, and we're looking forward to our 15 minutes when we get time to spend and to talk and get to know each other. If you need to speak to me as well as the tutor, please could you book an appointment with me? We might not all fit them in on the first day, but we will definitely make a plan and see how we can work around that. But just let me know if you need to have a chat to me. But I'd like to just take this opportunity to say I am looking forward to this journey with you. I'm looking forward to working with each one of you. So I'm going to wish you all the best, and may this be an incredibly blessed year. Bye.
That brings to an end this short welcome and introduction. Please remember that our doors are always open, and to communicate with us if you have any concerns about the progress of your son or daughter. We look forward to this journey with you.